to shout to clouds. It's trigger warning!
Hello, it's TW Tuesday. That means it's time for me and Graham Minafura Booth.
What the fuck you don't? No.
What?
No, I'm not letting that just stand straight from the off.
Was that the wrong thing to say?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I'm not the Führer. I just appreciate his work.
You just like the outfit, yeah. Just like the outfit. How you doing? I've not really spoke to you for ages.
I know. Well, I was away this weekend, wasn't I? Getting a new mum.
You were.
I was, and obviously pushing 40. So obviously, I kept telling her that she's not my real mum, and that I'll only make her a cup of tea if my dad's looking. I've got a new sister as well. She was hammered. And my brother got there a bit late, so he didn't realise that was our new sister. He was just like what? I was like, hey, you're related to her now.
Oh.
She was cool. Wow. She was dead nice. My daughter loved her, adored her. What's going on with you anyway? I've not spoken to you. I know you've had horrors, haven't you?
It's, as usual, all the wheels are falling off the bus. I had a really bad chest infection last week, and my throat went from coughing like an infirm old man. But I am getting my operation next month on my hand. So that'll be cool. We spoke about that because you're hoping that I lose the hand and need a hook. I get it. I'm not upset. I understand.
It wasn't a hope. I was just I just enjoyed the thought of that aesthetic. I thought it would have been lovely.
And that's exactly what I'd get. No like pink prosthetic shit for me. A hook.
A shiny one. Yeah.
Like I say, you've got to remember to take them off at night, though, haven't you? Because you don't want to be scratching your ass or your balls with one of them bad boys on.
Well, you get something that vibrates on in the evening, don't you?
No.
She's lay there. You know what? Do you know what, Hades?
She's lay there thinking, why is he buzzing?
She's just like, it's the best thing that's ever happened to our relationship. I'm so glad he fucked up that nerve operation. Hey, dude, before we get on with the stories, have you seen The Boys yet?
I've finished it.
Oh, that
I
makes me happy.
finished it, and it was very, very good.
It was great, wasn't it? Obviously, I don't want to go into spoilers because I do want to recommend this one. It is one to see, but it's kind of like what the Watchmen series hopes it's going to be, but probably won't be because there's too many woke writers.
No, it was great. There was a distinct lack of wokeness about The Boys, and I really, really, really enjoyed it. It was very, very good. But what else has happened? Yeah, very busy evening yesterday. I was on the Richie Allen show, which was nice.
Yeah.
And
I saw a lot of compliments going your way on his feed this morning. You know, on his crazy news feed.
Right.
I watch his like rambling news thing in the morning way more than I listen to his podcast. Way more. I love it. And everyone was saying you were very polite.
Well, you're on somebody else's show, aren't you? It'd be rude not to.
Yeah.
And then later on, I did a podcast with Sean Wasson, who's the news junkie. He's got a really popular radio station on, I think it's Real Radio over in the States, in Florida. And we just started chatting. He said, do you want to do a podcast tonight? And I didn't even know for what he meant. I just went, yeah.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
But we've known each other about 15 years from like, the time of Ogrish.
All right.
He did the Ogrish podcast, so it was a lovely stroll down memory lane. You can actually listen to that if you go to it's at the News Junkie on Twitter, and but it's on. Where did I find it? Because I don't have iTunes. Is it Spreaker? It's on loads of different places, but it's the News Junkie, and it was very enjoyable. It was a lot of fun, and. Wouldn't mind doing that again sometime. That was, like I say, a nice little stroll down memory lane of Ogrish and LiveLeak and dark websites and bad things.
Just give us his Twitter handle again, just for anyone that wants to know it.
At the News Junkie.
Oh, that's easy. The News Junkie, no problem.
Oh, absolutely. Let's have a look in chat. Someone says maybe I've got popcorn lung. That's Robert Morgan. No, I'm not vaping anything with diacetylene, and that's not actually been proven, not even close. But let's hope. Let's hope I'm the first vapor that ever gets popcorn lung. We got Natalie Stacey in, which is fantastic. Hello, Natalie. We got Gorgeous George. We got Nuke Buzzardkill, who is that bedwetter from Live Leak who makes loads of accounts and tells you how manly he is while pissing and whining on the internet. Good to see you, Nuke. Thanks for joining us. Farley Hill, legend. Hello, dude. How you doing? So yeah, a few in. That's not bad at all. That'll do. That's the last bit of attention I'm paying to the bedwetter tonight. But if I don't say hello, I feel bad because he's been kind of popping up on Twitter and shit like that as well. He's obviously
Make sure you hit like as well and drop a comment. Come back when the video's done and drop a comment on the thing. Give us a full appraisal.
Absolutely. We got Richard W. in, Mr. Kills C1, fantastic. Smoke Steve's in. Gosh, a lot of familiar names. I like that. Makes me feel comfortable. But The Boys, definitely watch The Boys.
And like you said there, The Boys has already been renewed for season 2. Now, I've not read them, and I'm avoiding them for spoilers now, but from what I understand, the comics are way more extreme. Like, they softened it a lot. And they're already saying that because it was so popular, it's been a standout success for them. They're gonna lighten the restrictions a little bit. So hopefully season 2.
I read an interview with the director. There was only one scene that Amazon pulled. One scene, which was Homelander on top of a hill or a building masturbating because he was the greatest.
I loved Homelander. I really liked Homelander, and I love the way they showed it and they developed it. For anyone that doesn't know, Homelander is the Superman of it, and you learn that all the heroes are quite sort of human in terms of their failures and their addictions and their vices and all the rest of it. But Homelander is described as the only one of the team that doesn't drink or do anything wrong, and where it goes from there is phenomenal.
It's a great series, but I've got a yearning because I was on YouTube today, as you do, and watched a couple of Bruce Campbell interviews. I can feel a spot of Ash versus Evil Dead binge watching coming on again. They'll never make any more, but I can dream. Dream.
To be honest, man, we got 2 seasons of that, and it was spot on. If you're a fan of Evil Dead, or even if you're a fan of what you remember Evil Dead to be, your rose-tinted, them were the days thoughts on the Evil Dead. It lived up to that. You know what I mean? It was so good. It was so good. And the fact that Xena was in it, and also it was just perfect. 2 seasons is enough. If you get another one, great. But apparently there's something on your chin.
On my 3rd one, yeah.
The 3rd one, yeah. Oh, have you seen that? Alex, good lad Alex, posted a GIF from Sunday's show, and I was going like that, and he was like, "Look at his face." And myself, being as loving and supporting as she always is, she just posted a GIF in reply of like that, but with loads of chins. I was like, "Fuck up!" She's just humiliating in front of my friends.
That's what they're for. That's what they do. That's just how it goes, dude. There's nothing you can do about it. Maureen's in. Said congratulations on the Shield. Hope you win the Champions League this year. The Scousers get the Prem. Oh no, we don't want that. City to get the lot. That'd be much better. Dippy Derrick, excellent. Is in. That's cool.
Hey, Dippy Derrick.
We need what's his name in as well? Billy Bollocks, is it?
Yeah, Billy Bollocks with Mrs. Bollocks.
Yes, and I want him. He's usually a Thursday, isn't he?
My uncle does funding and stuff now, and he could fund Trigger Warning for 5 years comfortably with just a flick of the wrist.
Not if he had any sense, he would.
I don't think he ever would, but he's so annoying. It's just right there. I was telling him, I was honest about the show and everything. He was like, "Well, how do you get money?" I was like, "Well, we just ask people, and they go and they chuck us a PayPal or they donate." And I was waiting for and he went, "Oh, so like the Guardian then?" And I was like, "Yes,
yeah, we're
like the Guardian."
We're a lot like the Guardian. To be fair, we're very similar. Very
very
similar.
Like, basically the same thing, yeah. Although we are doing a public service, whereas they are putting out fake news and radicalising the left, we are de-radicalising people, Hayden.
Absolutely, or marginalising and polarising them more, whichever. I genuinely couldn't give a flying fuck.
We're saving them one dick joke at a time.
Obviously, we're not going to talk too much about the shootings. The media are focusing dramatically on the El Paso shooting.
Yeah.
There's no getting past that. They're focusing on the one that was from the guy on the right.
They've smelt blood, haven't they, in terms of Trump?
Yeah, Dayton, Ohio was very awkward for the media because he was a tremendous leftist.
He was, and the best part is he followed Mike Stuchbury. So you know when Mike Stuchbury does his whole guilt by association thing, Paul Joseph Watson just burnt him so beautifully on Twitter with that. He was like, "Oh really? Well, now you've got one, motherfucker."
The American Rebellion says both of them leftists. Yeah, compared to you, dude. Yeah, I'm with you. That's fine. But the media are obviously ignoring the Dayton, Ohio one completely. They're looking at one that they can focus more, who was more of a Trump supporter.
Well, yeah, but the thing about the El Paso guy as well, though, he actually mentioned climate change as part of his thing. That was the thing. Like they're not just ignoring Dayton. They're ignoring like his whole insane ramble.
Well, of course, they only want to focus on what's convenient for them. We know that the mainstream media is more to the left. We know that, and they're going to do this. And we don't. Like I said, I don't want to go too far because everyone that's listening or watching or in that chat knows exactly what the crack is with this. We know exactly what the crack is. They want to focus on anything that looks right leaning because right now that's where it's at, and we know all that. There was another shooting today. I did say I wasn't going to go into this theory, but we have to fix everything on trigger warning, and we think we've got the answer. There was a shooting today in Baton Rouge, and we know there's a mental illness issue. We know there's a guns issue, but you can't ban mental illness, you can't ban guns. But there's one connecting issue between these three shootings. I don't know that the Baton Rouge one was a mass shooting, it just popped up earlier on the feed, but there's one thing that connects all these shootings that you could ban, America. You could ban one thing. Walmart. This is where the bad things happen. Walmart. Ban Walmart. Problem solved. No more Wally World. There you go. You can take that one near us as well.
I bought bullets from Walmart. They sold me bullets, motherfuckers.
I got carded for cigarettes. How did you get bullets?
I don't know, man. I walked in. I think I was drunk at the time as well. So yeah, let's get rid of it. Close Walmart.
When we went to Florida, which the first time I'd been to the States, I think it was in the 90s, and I went there with she who is now Mrs. Hewitt, and we went to Orlando, obviously. We went just one day. We weren't going to any parks or anything, so we went to have a look at Orlando, and we found these shopping areas. I went in a supermarket. I don't know if it was a Walmart or another one, and I remember being amazed. I was walking down the aisle. I was like, "Oh, baseball bats!" Ooh, because you don't see those in the shops here. You know, maybe cricket bats, aluminium baseball bats, hunting knives, shotguns. This is brilliant. You see, everything you could possibly want for a quality weekend was for sale there. Barbecues, probably tires to burn on them. Everything you could possibly want, including, like I say, shotguns. But responsibly and thinking, they kept the shells behind the counter. You had to ask for those.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I mean, it's, guns in the UK, terrible idea. Terrible. We would make the Americans look like responsible grown-ups when it came to guns. But guns in America, number one, it's none of my business, and number two, it's none of my business. Yeah, and you know, it's enshrined in the Constitution to a degree. It's legal, so fill your fucking boots, have all the guns you want, and deal with whatever comes with it, because there's always negatives to every positive. So there you go. Live your lives, do what you do, America. Do what works for you.
Did you see the science black guy? What's his name?
Oh God, I tweeted about this and someone got right up my fucking ass about it because
But yeah,
it's
go on.
ridiculous. Well, it pisses me off. This. It's like, how can you be you're overreacting emotionally because each day 500 people died because of medical negligence, 200 people die because of this. We react emotionally. It's like, no shit.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be some kind of fucking genius, but you've just figured out that one mass murder might elicit a strong response from the public than 500 unrelated cases.
But I think he was making a good point, but I think he made it very badly. You know, because like this weekend alone, like Chicago, wasn't there 40 odd deaths there?
Yeah, but it's
Um,
unrelated cases. That's the thing.
yeah.
It's the spectacle, and
It is the spectacle. Yeah, yeah,
it's human nature, and it's terrifying. And it was just like the dude's incredibly clever.
yeah.
He's like really clever, and then he just put out this really fucking stupid tweet. And
Oh,
then of
I
course,
liked it, me.
I
I
had,
liked
I
it.
had someone jumping on me for talking about this, going, "Well, actually, it's true," and he went straight off into there trying to take our guns. It's like, oh, this conversation's finished.
I don't think he was. I don't think that was the case at all. I think he meant it just as a thought experiment, if anything. But I came of it from the point of view that I just saw one of these moments saying that everyone's angry at Neil deGrasse Tyson, and I was like, oh, why, what? And then when I read it, so I knew about the rage before I knew about the tweet, and that framed it for me. That when I read it, I was like, yeah, good lad.
Yeah. What else have
Just because
been
you pissed everyone off.
amusing myself with on the internet? They call themselves sex workers, don't they? Sex workers are they? Cam whores.
Oh yeah.
Some ex-cam whore, it turned out she's done something. She's trying to be family friendly now, but she did some kind of crush videos with crayfish and shit, and someone accused her of doing them with dogs. And so I had a little poke. And all these sex workers came out trying to defend it. I'm like, stop now. Just stick to being disturbingly wrong-shaped and having a wank on cam for desperate people. Don't pretend you should have any kind of, like, intelligent conversation to have it. But one kept going, and then she tried the ace card.
Yeah.
Well, if you eat meat, you're a hypocrite. How did you know I'm going to have to stop you there, young lady? Not really, because I like to think that whilst, yes, animals do have to die to provide me with food, I like to think, I hope, that they don't die being crushed by somebody while someone watches and has a wank. It's a small difference, I know, but I find that the fine margins are what define things quite often. I hate that argument. It's fucking stupid. Well, you're a hypocrite if you eat meat.
It's weird you say that though, because that the wholesome thing is coming up quite a lot in the cam scene at the moment, where they'll literally just be reading a book fully dressed, but not just fully dressed, like conservatively dressed. And there's a whole. In fact, I've got a couple of things that are coming up in that whole scene at the moment. So Instagram was banning a lot of these girls, and because they were obviously doing the promo and all the rest of it, and there was a big thing about how unfair it was, and they've worked out now, the girls, that because what it is they're not getting banned by a person, it's the algorithm that's scanning the photos. So they know obviously they can't have too much crotch on display, so they put a heart over that. But even then, they kept getting banned, and what it was the soles of the feet. That's what they found out. If you just even just lift your toes up a little bit, so it leads you to this whole paranoia thing, doesn't it? Because like in some countries, showing the soles of your feet is offensive. So now there's this paranoia of like, oh well, how dare you impose your culture on me while she's doing cam girl promo on Instagram of all places. Oh, and the best one in the scene that's just come up is obviously you get catfishes. They call them Instadom usually because they steal pictures off Instagram and then go on Twitter or Tumblr before it got killed, posting those. And the best thing is that girls on Instagram show off so much that you've just got a constant feed of photos. But obviously, so catfishing's a thing, but there's now a fetish for catfishes. So that your post, well, not you, obviously, but you're posting pictures that you've stolen, and you're openly saying, "I'm a catfish. Send me your money." Doing the whole thought thing.
Sorry, Nat. Thank you so much.
Oh, legend! Thank you. Oh wait, let's read that though. gun crimes and mass shootings are just a symptom. I completely 100% agree with you. 100% agree with you. It is a symptom. But yeah, this weird thing with the catfish thing is for submissive men. And they're openly saying, you are so pathetic that you're going to pay me even though I'm a man pretending to be a woman. And it's a whole scene. It's exploding.
I think we need to hear from people that fall for that and go for it. Nuke, tell us how you get on, dude. Because his goal one day is that he actually gets to suck a real dick. But how are you getting on with the fake stuff on Instagram, dude? Let us know. He's the guy that told me he has pieces of men in his feces.
Ooh.
Chunks of men. I imagine coagulated spunk is probably what he means. But you know.
that is pieces of men, isn't it? Yeah.
By the way, Nuke, I will unblock you on Twitter later. I'm sure you're fucking fascinating. I will do that. Yeah, we are taking donations, dude. Feel free if if you just smoked a few and got a few quid in your pocket, from taking a couple of feet of cog, just sort us out, dude. Drop it in.
There's a whole thing there. If you look in the description, there's a whole supporters section. We've got PayPal, merch, Patreon, Streamlabs, and you can just install the Brave browser using our thing there, and you support us without spending any money. It's amazing.
Giving. You obviously fucking love it here. And he's got to take it. If you unban me from Lively. No, because you make loads of accounts and you're a fucking dick. You can be a dick on YouTube and Twitter and trigger warning if you like. But on Lively, you were a real fucking dick, dude. I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Is he one of them, where 20 minutes after we finished the show Thursday, you're just sat there at the computer going,
He just every once in a while, I think he gets excited. He makes a few accounts to moan about people that aren't even fucking there anymore. I don't know. Whatever it is, something gave him a thumb up his ass recently and he's bounced back up. But whatever it is, it's fine. I'm clearly living rent-free in his head, so that's cool as well. And he's welcome here, and trigger warning. You can go and sign up there, dude, and bitch all you like. We don't earn money off that either. Just go and enjoy yourself, dude. Really, you're not a terrible dick. You're just disappointing. But go join up. Everyone join up, and everybody just, if you're in chat, give him a hug. Give him a hug. That's nice, isn't it? There we go. On the topic of the shooting.
Yes.
8chan.
Yes.
8chan. Obviously, they were getting singled out because the manifesto from one of the shooters was there. Apparently, he was a member. Now, that was taken as written. But there was a statement. The owner of 8chan, Jim Watkins, who I believe also owns a large hog farm somewhere in the Far East. They're always in the Far East. He's unequivocally stated that the manifesto, which was said to have been posted by the El Paso Walmart shooter, it's now the Walmart shooter, on his website, was not actually posted by the killer. Apparently, Watkins, who is an army veteran, for some reason this article needs to tell me, he asserted that the shooter actually posted on Instagram prior to the attack, which is where we do put statements.
That's where I hide all my worst thoughts.
And whoever uploaded the manifesto to 8chan was not the person who committed the heinous act. So he says that's clear, and law enforcement were made aware of this. Now, it could be that that's true, because he'll know the IPs of whoever's uploading, and you know if it's a Tor proxy, so you can go and check.
Yeah.
And
it could easily just be a leftist that's trying to bury the place,
It could be anything. It could be that. It could just be a user that found it on Instagram and just shared it on 8chan for the lulz. But regardless, they've copped for it, because there was the Christchurch thing, and it's basically too many connections. And it is. And I've not spent much time there. I don't dig the Chan thing. I don't like the layout. It's not for me.
No. I mean, I've not got a problem with it existing, but yeah, it's never really. I've been on it a couple of times, but only when people are doing Ask Me Anythings, and that's where they're doing it. So it's well, that's where I'm going then, But
I thought they did those on Reddit, but. So what happened was Cloudflare suddenly had an attack of conscience and decided they weren't going to represent
Yeah.
8chan. Aphid Lip, I believe that guy left 8chan a couple of years ago, and now he speaks out against them because he didn't like the way it went. So Cloudflare, there's allegations out there that when people have complained to Cloudflare have just passed all their details onto the websites they're complaining against. I don't know where the data protection thing comes into that, but anyway. So Cloudflare said, we're not going to host you anymore. Despite saying we wouldn't choose, you're gone. You're gone. Out you go. Which is a problem, but that's what happened to the Daily Stormer and some others. Yeah. Now, the Daily Stormer went to a DDoS protection provider called BitMitigate. And they did quite well there for a while. BitMitigate said, no, we're not going to back down. We're not going to do it. So 8chan put a post out saying, look, we're coming back as soon as the DNS records are propagated. We're with these news guys. Didn't last long because Voxility, which is a large company that gives out, infrastructure to online companies, decided they were going to remove BitMitigate's capability of existing.
Fucking ridiculous.
So yeah, basically 8chan was shit canned by Cloudflare, went to BitMitigate. BitMitigate said we're not shit canning 8chan. So Voxility shit canned BitMitigate, who are now, I imagine, fairly well screwed. So apparently Voxility is an infrastructure as a service provider. We provide services to ISPs and hosting resellers, and as a telco, we do not have access to websites hosted by customers of our customers. We cannot deal with them directly. We are now removing the reseller from the network. So BitMitigate pulled down. So that really fucked up weird ginger guy that runs the Daily Stormer can't be happy. Andrew, I can't remember his bleeding name, but he won't be happy at all. But this is how it's going now. Deplatforming is escalating dramatically.
It's fucking stupid, man. It's fucking stupid. And I'll tell you why. One very, very good reason, right? Say people are flocking to 8chan to post extremist stuff, which they are. People get banned from everywhere else. That's where they go to. And, the vast majority of them are shit posters, just having a laugh. But then there's a few of them in there that really are like, no, I think we should kill all black people and all that bollocks. But that's where the security services, that's where the police go, that's where the FBI goes to actually keep an eye on these people and collect intelligence on them and find out what they're doing. If you're just going to keep fucking banning places and closing it down, you're just making it harder to actually, because they're not going to stop existing. They're just going to go somewhere else, and be less vocal about it. And that's what makes me angry about it, really. People are so quick to virtue signal and like, oh, well, let's ban it. And it's this same problem that you get every time with the far left.
Oh, Jesus, the leftists were all over Twitter. They started up a hashtag.
Yeah, but because
keep on the pressure, get rid of this, get rid of that.
Yeah, but they think that once you ban one of these things from the internet, you can't stop it. Those people aren't going to cease to exist, and those forums aren't going to cease to exist. They'll just make a new one and a new one. And not only that, things are becoming decentralized now. There's already that social media. Gab runs via that, what's that new system called, where it's so decentralized that it cannot be blocked, it cannot be taken down. And that's all that's going to happen. People will adapt and adjust. They're better off being on 8chan. If that's the place to go to get killers' manifestos, then good. Let's just keep it that way. Let's keep because there'll be people at the FBI whose job it is to just sit on that piece of shit website all day long, and why not? I don't know. It annoys me that they think, we'll ban it. It doesn't solve anything. It just radicalizes further.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I just had to temporarily, just for a while, block Nuke Buzzard Kill because he's just being a whiny pain in the ass and he's ruining chat for everybody else because he's a fucking bellend. No, I agree. What's happening now is terrifying because entire sites are being removed. It's not just a case of, people can run their own sites, make their own rules, which is how it should be. You know, if if you want to run a Disney website, you want to keep it family friendly, you should be allowed to enforce your rules. If you want to run a Republican website and not have Democrats enforce your rules, a Democrat and not have Republicans enforce your rules, that's fine. It gets a bit shady ground when you're the size of Twitter and Facebook, I suppose. But let people have the rules, but banning entire sites because we don't like them. Shit canning people's real lives.
The problem is, if Twitter was honest about, like, right, this is a conservative position, therefore you're not allowed to say it. If they were honest and straight with that, you couldn't argue with that. But they're not. They're all about conversation, and they say specifically free speech. This is where you come to discuss things. And so I think a site of any size, it doesn't matter as long as the rules are clear. But I think part of the issue here is they all right, you ban 8chan, and they're on 8chan because they couldn't go on 4chan. They're on 4chan because they couldn't go on Twitter, or they couldn't go on Reddit anymore. They got banned from that for what they were saying. But then that just goes back then to the workplace, to friendship groups, to school. Oh, you can't talk about this in school. You're not allowed to have these. But back when it was in school, it was an honest question, and it was an honest misunderstanding of the world. And if you do look at something like gun crime statistics on skin color, obviously in the States there's a hell of a lot more black people doing it than anyone else. Now, if you can't have an honest conversation about that and ask that without being banned and destroyed and like, get the fuck out, you racist, that's how you end up on 8chan. And if you don't get an answer from your tutor or from your friends or from Twitter or from Reddit, and the only place you're going to get an answer is 8chan, then you've just got a load of shit posters. And it's like that AI that they released, and within 24 hours it was a Nazi, a Nazi whore. It's like that. Humans aren't much better, and that's what's happening.
One thing, Robert Morgan there in chat has said the First Amendment and free speech is under blatant, direct, sustained assault, so the government and media will be in total control of what we know, what we speak, and what we say, and if they disarm us. Well, here's the thing. When it comes to the internet, and that's all I'm discussing here now about disarming you, because to be fair, 90% of the people that say, I need my guns to protect me against the government will just shit the pants and hand them over anyway. People are people. So let's stay away from that one. I'm not saying you're not. You could be fucking, for all I know, you're like John J. Rambo. I don't know you. But with the internet, what we're facing here is everyone is culpable in destroying freedom on the internet. Those on the left and those on the right, with our attitudes, our behaviour, the things we say, the things we do. People refuse to play the game. Everyone's a free speech absolutionist, provided they don't have the responsibility of providing that platform. They demand it of everyone else, and fuck them when they end up going down in flames. If you're going to take the stance that net neutrality is a communist idea and bad for the nation, you're helping destroy freedom of speech on the internet. That's the way it works. We're all being played. We are all being fucking played by whoever it is we support. The internet was fucking amazing until everyone got fucking stupid and lazy and refused to even build their own home pages anymore, because they could just set up a page on Facebook or Twitter and become nothing more than a fucking statistic, just cattle. And we've all done it. I count myself as that person. It's really useful and easy and wonderful. YouTube with a monetization system that was never going to last. We've just all been corralled. We've been penned in these great big places. And now all we can do is whine that they won't let us do what we want. And no one will play the game. Everyone sits around demanding shit and doing nothing. We are where we are. And if you don't like it now, you're going to hate it next year. There you go. Sorry, that wasn't cheery, was it?
I'm offended, Hayden.
It's the fucking truth. It's the truth. We've fucked it.
Well, it is the truth up to a point, though. I don't agree with the people not doing things. I think people are trying to do things. They really are. I mean, did you see that Subverse just got funded for $1 million?
Here's my huge problem. This is my huge, and I've got a massive problem. Everyone wants the next YouTube, the next Twitter. It's like that dreadful cliche about the definition of fucking insanity. It doesn't work. Do you know why? When a site gets to a certain size, it needs a certain income. It has to generate that income.
Yeah,
It has to work. Then the problems start because you have pressures from advertising. We need to think smaller. We need to think better. I would rather have a website with 20 people that visit regularly every day than 20,000 followers on Facebook or Twitter, because they don't mean fuck all. It's not your platform. They're not really interested. Shit just goes past you and nobody gives a fuck. And all you're doing all day is getting people going, yeah, I demand freedom on this platform. I demand you do something. Go and make a fucking website yourself. Go and do something. Have a blog, shit post, whatever it takes. Go around smaller sites and contribute to them and be a part of them.
You've just reminded me, actually, because obviously the big news and clickbait websites, they're all falling foul now, aren't they? Because Twitter and Facebook aren't giving them the boost that they used to. Was it you that sent me that about the Canary downsizing? But it's because these sites run on rage clicks, run on rage shares.
Actually, no, the Canary's downsizing because the Stop Fake News campaign thing went after all their advertisers.
Yeah, but they don't exactly put out. The problem is, here's the thing: that I'm relating that to what you were saying about loyal people that go to a website, even if it's a small number of them. But the issue with the Canary is, it's not legitimate journalism. It is relying on rage. I fucking hate that website. It's disgusting. It's just as bad as Pink News. It started out with quite a good goal in mind. Obviously, Pink News is phenomenal at the start, but they get lost in the shares. They get lost in that million hit thing and all that other bollocks. And the issue is when you publish an opinion without stating that it's opinion, that's a big problem at the moment. It frustrates the fuck out of me. At least with this, no one could accuse us as presenting news here. This is obviously opinion, isn't it? I should fucking hope so anyway. But a lot of these agencies use the tropes associated with established media to present opinion as if it's news. They'll be sat at a desk and all the rest. And here's the thing, man. When you're sat at your desk on a Thursday, you go into more of a news mode. You can't help it because those tropes are there. You'll take seriously the burden of presenting information a hell of a lot more. Obviously, you'll take the piss out of it, and it's clear. There's a clear line and everything, but you can't, because you can't help it. When you're in that environment, fuck the Canary anyway. Fuck him.
Yeah, quite literally. I can't change. What's up? We can try what we're doing with trigger warning, and maybe it'll make it better for a few people. I don't know. But I guess I'd rather try and fail than just sit there whining on fucking Twitter with an anonymous username that I'm not allowed to say anything I want to say. Just, you don't want to be that old guy that says, "Oh, it was better in the old days." But I was talking about this with Sean yesterday. Like you'd get on the net in the early 2000s, late 90s, where you'd go to GeoCities, get your first plot of web space, and build your first shit site with spinning GIFs and. You didn't really know what else to put on it, but it was all in Comic Sans, so it was cool. And you'd build your first site over time, and you'd check out your neighbour sites, because it was in neighbourhoods back then.
Yeah.
I was in the Bohemian neighbourhood.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't speak to my neighbours. But I remember, I'd be on like ICQ with my friends. Like friends from real life, but you sat at home, a couple of them are on the internet, and would go on journeys through the net, to different sort of, fuck, have you seen this? Wow, have you seen this? And it was just so fucking cool because nothing looked the same. There was no design language. It was just, now you can't go back to the Wild West, but we could have a little bit of it, couldn't we? We could have a little bit of it.
We're getting there. I mean, You've been carving out a little bit with triggerwarning.tv. Dude, can we have group chats on Trigger Warning TV yet?
Yeah. Oh, hang
Oh,
on. You can have groups which have their own wall. I don't know about live chat. I've not put a live chat in there yet.
okay.
But it's you can your group can have its own sort of wall that you can chat and share with. I think I might do at the beginning of next week. I'm going to open up the network side.
Right.
So I think there's 4 or 5 people that want to sign up to do their own site on Trigger Warning, and we're going to open that up so they can give it a whirl, see how it works, see what breaks, and see where we go from there. Hopefully not too far too quick, because we can't afford it. But if it's nice and slow and gentle, we should be fine. There can't be a streaming option, dude. That would cost... I looked into it. No way we could do that. No way we could do that. It would be a fortune.
Yeah.
Or just more money than Trigger Warning generates by a long shot, and more than I just want to make up.
Yeah, way more. Way more.
But it is doable. And we can now host our own videos. We can't do video hosting. But we can host our own videos, because your Owen Jones one should be going up. I need to do that. Smoke Steve, I've not got the price for me here. I know we'd be looking, if we wanted to do proper live streaming, you're looking at well over $1,000 a month. And that's if only a handful of people use it. It gets just dear. But if I had to look seriously, that might be a different story. But at the minute, it was just a case of looking around. But there's only so much you want to put into it. We have to pay for the studio space. We have to pay for the hosting, for the software, for everything else. And there's only so much you can put in before it starts becoming a burden, not fun. We need to keep this fun.
Yeah.
We need to keep it fun. And it might grow. It might grow. We might get there. And if we do, we'll get it.
Farley's saying chase your dream. That's what our Soph always says to me when I'm leaving on a Thursday. Chase your dreams, darling. I'm like, shut up. So patronising. It's like, shut up, go to work. I'm not really getting paid to go there, but I'm going to work.
What was it? I saw you say that when someone came up with a technical question, you were just saying, I don't know, I just work there.
Yeah. Well, on that side of things, I don't know about the website. People message me about it, and I understand why, because they message us both. One of us will get back to him. But I don't know. Most of the stuff, the technical stuff on the website, I can't answer.
SJG Perspective. By the way, hello, dude. I don't know if I said hello before. I hope you're doing well. He says, what is Trigger Warning TV? Forgive me. Triggerwarning.tv is our website. We're just getting it together. We had a cataclysmic time last week. Lost the fucking lot. They were moving it over to a new platform. Everything went. I was in talks with Automatic, the guys behind WordPress and Jetpack, and with the host. And in the end, I just stayed up all night, and I had to go through like this really fucked backup and a fucked database, and I had to rebuild the whole. Just going through it, like not really knowing what I'm doing, but going through it line by line, and sorting it out. But it's up now, and what's going to happen? It's got like its own social media system built in. It's got a forum built in there, and from next week you'll be able to have your own WordPress blog / website off the side of it. So it'd be yourname.triggerwarning.tv. And as it grows, hopefully we'll add more features to that. So you'll be able to have your own forums or your own social networks, and if you do really well with it and you want to take it off, we'll help you export it away into your own website and salute you. And we'll try and make the main site into a hub that hopefully will pass traffic out to your site. Smoke Steve said, can we do what you guys are doing right now on? I don't understand what you mean. Anyone can stream through YouTube. Webcam, OBS, away you go. So of course you can. What we're doing, we're taking all the donations in-house, Robert. We're doing it all in-house, away from third-party guys. So we'll do subscriptions in there, but we're going to make sure we got a sustainable way of, giving something back for that, and things that only, you guys can see. But right now, if you do want to kick in, there's Patreon. Patreon.com/Trigger Warning TV. So there's that option, or just PayPal if you don't want to mess around with those guys. But yeah, Trigger Warning's gonna be there for you. Oh, can you do it on the Trigger Warning site like you guys are doing? Do you mean like with its own social network and forum? No, at the start, it'll be like a blog or a simple website. We will hopefully make some more functionality available as it's stable and well. But it'll work like a WordPress blog. You know, like WordPress.com, if you've ever been there. You can have a website there, but if you've got the wrong political opinion or you don't like trans people, you might get booted off. But that won't happen on Trigger Warning. But we are on 49 minutes, which means we have to talk about...
Go on.
Trans people, and one in particular...
I've got an almost trans story, so you go first, man.
Jessica Yaniv.
Oh,
did an interview with... now I'm going to get her name wrong. Is it Blair White?
Oh, yeah. Oh, did she? I've not seen this one.
I only watched parts of it because I mostly went on there to post that photo chop I did of Jessica that I sent you this morning with the knackers hanging out.
Oh, yeah. I love that picture. Yeah.
If you want to see it, go to my Twitter. It's at Hayden Hewitt. You can see it just there. So this predatory, basically predatory child sex offender called Jonathan Yaniv pretends to be a lady called Jessica Yaniv and sues people for not waxing his balls, his lady balls and lady cock. But some of the shit that was coming out of this guy was fucking unreal. But I was told by young Alex that there's a rumour floating around now because during this interview he whipped out a taser. Anyway.
Wait, was this a Skype interview or a live?
Yeah, no, Skype interview. And at the end, Blair White cut him dead. Said, "This is over. I'm never mentioning you on my channel again. You're a blight on the trans community and everything else," and just cut him dead. She smashed it out the park with that one. But Jonathan played this clip going, they refused me, and it's illegal. And he said, listen, so he did this call. He was asking how much a Brazilian was. And he started off with like a high-pitched voice. but it very quickly went, let me just check which day I can have here. How would Wednesday be? So you could hear the other people on the other end of the line gradually going into shit territory. But you really should check that out. There was a massive number of people tuned in to watch Jonathan make a complete another prick of himself. And you wouldn't be so bad if he wasn't genuinely basically a fucking paedophile that dreams of being allowed to put tampons in young girls.
Yeah, that's the thing. This would all be just hilarious if it wasn't for the officially petitioning the government to have a 12+ topless party,
and the fact that he's putting innocent women out of business because he's a racist as well. He's ferociously racist.
Yeah.
He was like, how would you feel, Blair, if you went in there and said, I'm trans, and, you took your pants off, and Blair was like, but I wouldn't do any of that.
No, because there's just basic skills of being an adult, isn't there, that kick in. And
fucking hell, you see, he's come back here with another account now. Fucking weirdos fixated on some guy. It's Nuke again. Fucking...
I love that, though. Pulling out a taser because you don't feel safe from migrants. So fucking amazing.
Well, apparently there's a chance allegedly the rumour is the Royal Canadian Mounted Police might have made a visit. I hope so. Do you know what? They've got to arrest this guy. He's fucking wrong in all kinds of wrong. It's just a big fat fucking ball of wrong.
It's like that young lad that they keep getting to do stripping shows and stuff in America. People keep phoning the police on it. I saw a Vox article saying, can people just stop phoning the police? Phoning social services about him. And it's like, yeah, we'll stop him wiggling his prepubescent chest at old men for money then, why don't you? And people stop phoning. I suspect with Jonathan, the police reports and the screen caps are just relentless. Daily, something's got to come.
Well, Dippy Derrick says in there, shims are weird. Do you know what? Generally, they're not. He is in no way representative of the trans community.
No, God, no, no,
he's
no,
the
no, no, no. Of
worst
course
thing,
not.
the worst thing that could ever have happened to the trans community. He's just, he's a sex predator, fucking lunatic. I can't believe he's not been locked up. What planet do we live in where people just try and do it? Just have a look here, Robert. No need to apologise, dude. You're just making suggestions. We appreciate it. Don't
Yeah.
apologise, mate. Honestly, it's fine. It's cool. Thank you very much for caring, dude. Yeah. So Jessica, wow, it's got to end badly, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. I hope so.
It's-
I hope so. The problem is the message that you send. Like, oh hey, do you want to just do whatever the fuck you want and hold up LGBT shield? Which works for some, works very very well, but there needs to be a message sent that that there is a line. We need to be equal under the law and all that, don't we? It's ridiculous, man. Dude, moving on. Do you know? Have you heard of Fiona Kolbinger?
No.
She's a German cyclist, and she's just beaten more than 200 men to become the first woman to win the transcontinental race. It's 2,485 miles, and she did it in 10 days, 2 hours and 48 minutes. And yeah, she beat everyone. And it's the interesting thing about the race is, it's a huge one. It's like right through France, through Bulgaria, Serbia, Italy, Croatia, right across Europe. But they don't stop the timer. That's the thing that sets it apart from a lot of other races. So once you start, your sleeping time is included, which for me is really interesting. And me being the cynical bastard that I am, as soon as I read that the first woman has won this transcontinental race ever, I must have spent about half an hour trying to research, like, well, she's got to be a man. She must be trans. I would have, and she could be, for all I know. I don't know. You know how these things don't get reported sometimes, but no, it is a woman. So I'd just like to send my congratulations and state that I'm a terrible person because I'm congratulating you. But if you had a willy, I'd be sat here going, "Oh," I wouldn't be saying "well done." But even if you were trans, it'd still be an impressive achievement, But yeah, I feel bad for just researching it as hard as I did. Must be, dude. There's no way a woman did that.
Yeah, but you are like horribly biased against everybody, dude. We all know that already. there's no getting past it. We can't. Everyone here right now knows you're a racist. You hate the trans people. You hate the disabled people.
That's not true.
The
That's
Jews.
not true.
Yeah.
Well, I hate the Jews now, do I? Apparently.
Oh, full-blown anti-Semite. I was just chatting to that reporter from the Jewish Telegraph today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, saying that we're trying to do an intervention.
Mention me. Oh, I've heard about your mate, Grace. Could you try to bring him back?
Let me tell you about Graham.
Did you tell him I was a lost cause? But it's best to keep me close. Keep me.
That's how I keep my finger on the pulse of what's going down with the anti-Semite boys. It's how that shit works.
Fucking asshole.
I'm only thinking of you, dude.
Yeah,
I'm trying to raise your profile. I'm trying to do the right thing for you. I'll tell you that we're coming on 57 minutes. We're getting near the end here, but I guess I've enjoyed coming back to do this. I've missed doing this. I enjoyed last night doing the Richie Allen thing and then the Sean Watson thing, but the main thing was I can't wait for tomorrow night to get in and have a chat again, and then Thursday get back to doing this shows. Hopefully the throat will hang out on Thursday all the way through. Which reminds me, last week, we couldn't do it. I was poorly, very poorly. I got a message from Cherry saying he couldn't come because he had a cold. I'm not sure how that would have impacted his performance.
We got emails. No.
Yes, we have. They're fucking right there. That's why no one emails in anymore. They're tired of sending emails for Cherry. Go, oh, I'm not reading that one out. Fuck that.
Some people know to get in touch with him, so he gets private ones sometimes. He's sat there having a little conversation. It's like, why are people emailing you private things? We need to log that back into the mixing computer actually, because sometimes people send pictures, and it's nice being able to drag them on and go, Aidan, look at this fan art you've been sent.
Your fan art. It's usually a picture of a gaping arsehole or something.
Yes.
Let's have a look at what else we got. Let's have a look in the comments. Smoke Steve says Cherry is the man. Hell yeah. Alan says Hayden was so ill he was shitting from both ends. No, it was just a chest infection that I ended up losing most of my voice. That's all. I don't remember getting very particularly runny poo from it. I would be the first to tell you if I'd had the diarrhea.
He would have phoned me. He would have phoned me from the loo. His voice definitely had gone because he wasn't harassing me at all.
No, I was just generally feeling miserable and terrible and awful. So anything else? I don't think there's anything else we've got to address. If you would like, by the way, I guess we've got to do the spiel, haven't we? If you'd like to help support Trigger Warning and build what we're trying to build and create a small oasis of freedom, and by the way, the next level is when we get enough funds in, we're going to probably end up moving server again to somewhere offshore, depending on how we get on for a while, where it's a little bit more permissive of things. But if you would like to help support the project in general and keep us doing the things that we enjoy doing, and we hope that you enjoy watching, please consider going to patreon.com/triggerwarningtv. Drop a couple of dollars on us there. It'd be hugely appreciated. It's knowing what's coming in monthly that makes a huge amount of difference to all this. But you can just drop a one-off if you want. Now, if you don't want to give us any money, which is fine, or you simply can't because times are tough, please just share the links. Just share it out there. Let everybody know. Get them to the site. Get them to sign up. Do what you do. Do your thing. And the more we can, the more we'll do. Until there's loads of this. Daily. Daily.
Dude, I'm building up to daily. That's the plan. In fact, it's going to be a little over a month now. And yeah, I'll be going daily for us. Hopefully, anyway. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, definitely. It might be like half-hour chunks rather than a full Sunday or whatever, but yeah, definitely be rolling it up dramatically.
Well, I'm hoping that things by September, October time in my life might have at least just fucking calmed the fuck down, and then maybe I can do a couple of weeks. I know I've got to do some stuff on my own site soon. Just it'll tie in with this, but I've got to do it because I've got project mixed with the proper dickheads. Because you guys might not know, I applied. I'm not going to get it. So let's not get excited. But I applied to do a TEDx talk. Imagine it. They've not gotten back to me, strangely enough. I'm going to keep applying to these things. I've been talking to a guy who does this professionally in the States. He's giving me some tips. I'm going to get us in there because I want to get into that circuit.
Yeah.
Then drop some real fucking truth bombs on them. And that's what I want to do. And I want to enjoy it immensely. So I need to give that a whirl. And Alex, we didn't discuss the daily thing with you because we would probably have just told you when it happened, and appreciate hugely whenever you could be around to make the clips. And when you couldn't be around, we do what we usually do, which is call you names. Well, Graham, mostly.
Why would you do that? Why would you even say that, man? Like I could search my WhatsApp right now and screen grab all the times I've said he's obviously a good lad and all that. You wouldn't. I don't think I've ever said anything even slightly negative. And you know how funny I am about people having access to the back end. I've been burnt by that too many times now. Why would you say that? Why would you say that about me?
Do you not like people having access to your back end, dude?
Oh, Alex, by the way, don't ignore the clips for Sunday. I'm doing another edit because I kind of fucked up. I stayed full screen. So, like, the Owen Jones one, you can't see any of the fucking tweets I'm talking about. So, I'm re-editing them, and I'll be getting them up. So, don't make any of them live just yet.
Alex, who are you going to trust? Me? Or him? Dude.
I'm not falling for this bullshit, man, because you'll have me screen crapping and sending him stuff going, Aiden's lying. And you know what? I'm not even going to fucking play that game.
Explain yourself, both.
No.
Just so you know, Alex, I think you're great. Alex and me, We go back. He used to work on the Hayden Hewitt radio show. He used to do the clips for me on that.
He was really good for that. He'd get it up so quick, it was insane.
Before I'd even got home. No, Natalie, we haven't been uploading to Podmatic, but we will be, because this will be going up there. We've been recording audio again.
Definitely.
And,
we do apologise for that.
Well, I'm thinking my next small project for Trigger Warning might be a little bit of a podcast. Just, even a short one, more regularly. So there's a bit more podcast content, just a bit more audio content. So that's the goal. We have lots of plans. It's just trying to make them happen. With the fact, of my obvious age and infirmity, the chaos that is my fucking life that you wouldn't believe. And, we've all got shit to do, but we do have things we want to do with TW. It's just a matter of getting to do them.
Yeah.
Right, I guess we did that. What did we fix? Mass shootings.
Oh, I gotta go before we go though, because I couldn't talk about this on Sunday because no news agencies are covering it. Nobody. But Owen Schroyer won his case. Do you remember that girl that felt him up, and then the whole crowd were laughing and pointing? She tried to claim that she hadn't done it. It was an accident, and the judge was like, "Yeah, you did. It's on camera." So then she tried to get a plea deal, but it got refused, and she's been sent down for it's a matter of days. It's nothing.
Wait, she's been put in prison for grabbing his.
Yeah, for publicly sexually assaulting him and then humiliating him on the back of it. I mean, it's like you think about it this way though, man. In America, there's a much bigger focus on equality under the law. I mean, they certainly don't get it right. But if you gender swap that, and someone just went up and felt a girl and then laughed about it and got everyone to laugh about it.
I get it. Okay, I do get it, and in theory, it's right. If it's good for them, we should be able to do it too. But that's a real pussy move, and he's such a beta cook for doing this.
Why?
Really, oh no, a lady, she touched my genitals. Man up, you fucking weirdo. You fucking netbeard bellend. Fucking man up. Just say,
he got $50
$50
compensation for that, Aidan.
He should have got bent over and fucked like the beta cook he is. What is ridiculous? Well, I'm just doing what they do. Well, does that make you better? No, do you know what you are now, Owen? You're as bad as them. Congratulations. You have become part of the whiny fucking left. Well done, sir. I admire you and your neckbeard. Why don't you put more topless guitar playing videos? Oh, by the way, you're not very fucking good at that either. What a fucking weirdo. Sexual. Just don't touch my balls. Or, if she's pretty, just go, thank you very much. There's no harm in just being grateful. Maybe he's not old enough yet. Maybe when he's a bit old, about 20 years, he'd be like, well, that's just made my week.
Can you imagine if it came out during the thing that he was actually a minor and he's just a 17-year-old that's been doing all? You'd be like, whoa.
Oh, he's so strange. We never even got him on Trigger One. I went on his show and he just spoke for me. And
yeah, no, I know. It was a terrible.
We were talking to their producer, and in the end, I just reached that point where I thought, I literally can't be fucking bothered.
Yeah, no, it was awful. It was absolutely awful interview, and they even went long. It was like, we'll keep you here a little bit longer than expected, and it was like, yeah, why? So you can just regurgitate your talking points at me. It's like, fuck that bullshit, man. No.
And then answer for me.
Yeah, at least Alex Jones has got a bit of personality about what he's doing. You know?
That's the problem. Owen, do you know who Owen reminds you of? And he's a lot brighter than him. But when Richie had Bez on his first ever TV show on the pilot, and Bez was down there and he was talking about fracking, and he'd obviously been very, very well drilled. Because if you're not familiar with Bez from the Happy Mondays, he's fucked.
Yeah.
You would. I mean, he wouldn't. And this isn't an accusation that he does this sort of thing, but you were checking every 5 minutes to see if he'd fucking stolen anything. And but if you scratch the surface of his knowledge, you very quickly realised there was just this void on these. Owen Schroyer struck me a lot like that. He's obviously he's got exactly the right personality for selling for who they have to sell to. Alex isn't fucking stupid. But just being on his show it was like it just sucked the soul out of me. When I went on Alex Jones' show that time, that was okay. I was on fucking ages, but it was okay. Alex spoke a lot for me as well, but that's Alex Jones. He's incredibly fucking loud and takes it over. Apparently, Alex has just said it's been confirmed. The police have searched Yaniv's home. Alex won't call him or Jonathan. Alex doesn't do it. I've noticed on Twitter. He does. So every time he's posted about him, I've responded with that meme that I made, wax my fucking balls. I just respond with that every time.
Yeah, but in fairness, though, Alex is got, Alex's account is like my Twitter account. They'll just get rid of it and not think anything of it. And what's going to happen? Like maybe a dozen people go, hey, this isn't fair, and they'll just ignore you. Like with you, at least, there's a higher possibility of there being more of an uproar and all that rest of it. He's just, he's doing what he needs to do.
I mean, I think he just needs to step up as well. Although I got told off for telling someone to man up as well, didn't I, on Twitter? I came up against some really weird beta male thingy and I told him to man up and they all got annoyed.
Dude, have you seen the footage from the Democratic Socialists of America, the DSA? Have you seen the footage from their...
Jazz hands.
They didn't just do jazz hands, where that Asian woman's trying to do the thing and someone's stopping her and they go... Point of privilege. That's how they stop it. Point of privilege. And she can't get 3 words out before someone does a point of privilege. And one of them tells her off for gendered language. Oh. Another one tells the whole room off for making too much noise about how he struggles to concentrate and all this. And she literally, they're trying to pass a motion on open borders, which they'd already decided beforehand was going to get passed. But yeah, you and everyone, please look it up. It's so funny though. It's so funny. The footage. Why anyone released it, I have no idea. But it's a farce. It's like that Monty Python, where they keep stopping. What have the Romans ever done for us?
Oh, God.
It's exactly like that. It's exactly as ridiculous as that. The fact that they say point of privilege. It's just like they're absolute fucking idiots. It's so funny.
This is why I've got to get onto the speaking circuit, dude. I need to do unis and things like that. I think we could.
You're damn right, man. We'd have some phenomenal nights.
It'd be beautiful. That's why we got to get the Trigger Warning live events going as well. It's got to happen. It's got to happen this year, the first one.
Well, I want to talk to you about that on Thursday because now we've moved studios. I think we can set up. I think we can set up that space quite well, can't we?
Oh yeah, it's just got to be done.
Yeah, but I kind of want to get started on Thursday. I mean, especially because I know we're going to move the control room into the other place and all the rest of it. But as it is right now, or very similar to how it is right now, I think we could host friends, triggerists. For sure, 100%. So yeah, I'd like to sort of agree. We sit down on Thursday, sort of agree a date, and just fucking do it.
Yeah, it's got to be done. It'd be nice to meet some of these folks as well. So,
I say we have an Independence Day party, man. November the 2nd, I think it was the Saturday. Let's just fucking do it. Independence Day.
Oh god, yeah, because it's Brexit, isn't it? Yeah.
Have you seen that? People are putting pressure on Boris Johnson to make November the 1st a bank holiday, and it'd be a Friday, I think.
Very good idea.
Yeah. It's just, can you imagine? Because there'd be loads of people taking a day off for Brexit. There'd be loads of people just like genuinely levered, like 3-day weekend, fucking rolling down the streets, going.
If we actually crash out, and it's a huge if. If we actually crash out of the European Union on the 31st of October, which incidentally is also Live League's birthday and the Hewitt family annual holiday. That's how a big holiday, Christmas is brilliant. We love Christmas, but Halloween is fucking awesome. Junior's told me what I have to go as this year, by the way. Because I did Michael Myers last year and it was Puppet. He wants to be Michael Myers this year. I've got to be Jason. So I'm going to sort that out. But if we crash out of the EU, I'm going to make sure that I have some beer in and access to Twitter. Because the tears and the outrage are going to be fucking beautiful. If I don't cop a suspension, if I don't manage to do it on that day, it won't happen. It will be wonderful. I will change my profile to the Victorious Union Jack.
Yeah.
with freedom emblazoned across it, and just oh.
Well, that's what we got to do at the live event as well, man. 100%, 100%. Yeah, be awesome. It'd be absolutely amazing.
Putting the great back in Great Britain.
You know what? It'd be great as well because if we could sort out, because we were talking about a podcast space for there. If we could get Alex down and get him to drive for the night, that'd be fucking amazing. Can you imagine?
Oh, that'd be fun. That would be fun. He'd probably be able to do it as well. That'd be good.
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
having somewhere that didn't fuck it up constantly, that'd be awesome.
Looking at his editing speed skills alone, I'm sure he'd take to it. And it's not like he'd be doing the setup. We'd set it up for him.
Yeah,
there we go.
He would walk it.
Yeah, of course he would. Of course he would. I think that'd be phenomenal. Be great fun.
Freedom Day.
Freedom Day. November the 2nd. I was trying to explain it to my uncle because he was talking. He's like me. He voted Remain, but he's like, well, but we've got to leave though. We have got to leave, and I respect him for his perspective on that. I think people like him are often ignored. People who did vote with Remain, but are like, yeah, but let's do it. That don't get talked about very often.
I think a lot of people are just excited to see what will happen now.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. If we book the party and it doesn't happen, then we can just spend the whole night, moaning about the great betrayal, phoning up. We could just spend the whole night, like every 15 minutes, we'll phone 10 Downing Street live on air.
I wonder if also, that Radica, the Irish, I'm going to say Prime Minister because I can never tell sake what the fuck they call them with the weird Gaelic language. I wonder if there'll be a conference call from Boris Johnson with just 2 fingers the next day. Get fucked. You are not fucking telling me what to do anymore, dickhead.
They're already laying the foundations for that. Gove's just come out saying that the EU refused to negotiate. That's how they're framing it now.
And quite right too. And also, no fucking way should Ireland and Latvia be able to tell us what to fucking do. I know we're not much anymore, Graham, but we're better than that. We're fucking better than that. I'm not having a law laid down to me by some strange Eastern European guy that sold his wife for a horse. No, I don't know if he did, by the way. I've just made that up. I just assumed that of all these Eastern European guys.
By the same respect, we shouldn't be deciding their laws either. I mean, we have a much bigger sway on them.
Graham Booth, shut your mouth.
No,
we should be telling every fucker what to do. We had an empire, young man. We had an empire. We had the largest empire the world has ever seen. If we want to tell Latvia what to do, they should fucking well listen. Because we might not be doing that great, but we're doing a damn sight better than fucking... I don't even know where Latvia is. I know it's to the east. Some misbegotten shithole that ended up in the EU and probably just gets shafted by them anyway. They should just pipe the fuck down now. Help us get out. Get to fuck with that money shit that they want off us. No way we should give them a penny. We've been a net contributor to that shit show since the 1970s. So, fuck them. And I think we should take that money, put it into the NHS and warships. And get the military built back up and then just, flex a bit in Europe. Let's just flex. We've got
get
Boris.
With America.
We've got Boris, get in with America. And just fucking let's flex a bit.
Man? America alone could sustain our economy. I mean, seriously, we don't. It's so insane. Like when I see people protesting Trump the way we did when he came over, and it's like, are you for real?
Do you know how I've annoyed so many follow back pro Europe people? And I'm deadly honest. I would rather we were just an independent country that had a smaller place on the world stage. I'm fine with that, even though it wouldn't happen because deep down we're still a great fucking country. But I would rather than a state of Europe. I would rather be a state of the United States of America. I would prefer that to being a state. Now, I don't want to be either. But if offered the choice, I go, shit, yeah, I want to be a state of the US. Now, someone said, well, that's just stupid. You're so far away. Where's Hawaii, dickhead? That shit's in the middle of fucking nowhere. No, fuck that. That's what we should do. If Europe say, no, just hook up to the US. Get some guns. Do some flexing.
if we're gonna do the vassal bitch thing, then let's be vassal bitches to
Yeah,
America.
let's dip our chicken in the chlorine and see how we get on. Fuck it. Fuck it. I want a big car that does 2 miles to the gallon.
And you know what? Like, I'll just carry on washing my chicken like you're supposed to, and cooking it thoroughly.
Do you know the weird thing is the chlorinated thing? It doesn't fucking mean anything.
No, of course it doesn't.
All
No,
it
no, no,
means
no.
is the production line isn't quite as clean as the our standards.
Well, yeah, the issue with the chlorinated chicken is they chlorinate at the start of the production line, which means that there's more danger of contamination as it goes on. Whereas apparently, when we chlorinate food, which we do, we do it later on and then wash it. So they chlorinate it. They do wash it off. The chlorinating part isn't the issue. It's got nothing to do with it.
It's the
Actually,
shit that comes afterwards.
it's the stage they do it. And you know what, man? The amount, as if anyone would be so stupid as to sell chlorinated chicken over here. But it's insane that we in our panic reduce the most powerful free nation on the planet to chicken and healthcare. It's insane. It's like, yeah, but there's other benefits, dickhead.
It's going to be fine. That's the thing. It's going to be fine. Bojo and Donald,
Yeah.
the Bo and the
Best
Doe,
pal.
they're getting on very well these days. Hopefully we'll just crash out without a deal and just just trailer up to to the US and just have some party time here in the European continent.
I've not read it yet, but apparently the America's just announced a new trade deal with the EU,
Awesome.
and I've not actually read it yet, but I saw it and I was like, ooh, I wonder if it's like really good. Just as we're leaving, it's like, oh shit, bye.
Doesn't mean it'll stay though, does it? Donald's
Well,
Donald's got a habit of turning around going, "Oh, I'm putting the tariffs up."
Well, if it's good though, we'd still get the same. We'd be looking at
Oh,
getting the same
we'll
thing.
be
Why-
fine. We'll be fine. We're going to be absolutely fine. He's promised us the best deal. You've never seen a deal like it, because he's the
Holy
deal
sh-
maker.
Just as we've come on air, man, America, they've found, well, it's been described as the largest paedophile ring on earth. 800 men are suing the Boy Scouts of America for sexual abuse. 800. Ooh. I was defending them the other week. Bollocks.
America leading the world. Was that when I said all scoutmasters were pedos?
Yeah.
See, fucking right. I was right. If you say enough shit, some of it's gonna come right.
Yeah.
And it's
yeah.
not even close to the largest pedo ring in the world. It's the fucking Catholic Church, and that is a fact.
I know. I'd love to know. Well, they very specifically put that in quotes.
Did you see? Did we talk about this? George Galloway
What?
tweeted the Pope to complain about Alan Sugar.
No,
Alan Sugar
yeah.
took a photo, I think in Rome, of some tomb full of skeletons. Said, "Oh look, it's the Shadow Cabinet." And George Galloway thought this was blasphemous and terrible, and tweeted the fucking Pope and saying, "Oh, you should do something about this, Mr. Pope." It's like, dude, did you really just tweet the Pope about the Amstrad guy? What the fuck? The world's gone mad. It's just every day. I feel like I'm losing my grip on reality a little more. The more shit that I see every single day, it's insanity. It's absolutely insanity.
You've just reminded me. Actually, I need to tweet Donald Trump again and ask him about Area 51. Because what if he doesn't get in 2020? Time's running out for him to expose the truth, man. I want to know what's going on in there.
If he said he'll do it, because that's what the Don does.
Yes, he's one of the most delivering on his promises politicians in a generation.
That's so fucking depressing, isn't it?
I know, but it's true. It's true.
It is true.
Have you seen Bannon's quite famously raised tens of millions, and he's building border wall on private land that the government won't refuse, that refuses to go on, and it's stuff that's like steep inclines, so the cost is considerably more. Oh yeah, they're putting miles and miles of that shit up there. Apparently, their spin is they've already blocked 7 routes for what are the organized gangs in Mexico? The
cartels.
the cartels, because apparently you can't cross there without giving money to the cartels. That's one of the arguments for a border wall. If the cartels find you crossing without their permission, they'll just shoot you, which is why a third of the women get raped. No, it's not a third, is it? It's more than a third of the kids aren't related to the parents that they're traveling with. And I can't even remember the statistic for women, but most of the women crossing get raped. And it's because the cartels just own it. So this border wall that Bannon's just built, big evil Bannon, apparently has cut off 7 of their routes so far. Which actually makes sense, man. That's not really a bad thing.
I was going to say, Natalie's made a very good point in chat. Everyone should share these broadcasts and shows relentlessly. Please do share them in real life, online. Share it relentlessly. We will pick up more views. And I've also just discovered Natalie does not like being referred to as Nat.
Well, you need to fucking respect that then.
What you needed to do, Nat, was not let us know that Nat is a problem. Graham told me to say that.
Thank you, Natalie, for your shares. I know that you do that a lot. But yeah, dude, I'm sure Natalie and everyone else knows that news and politics is being crushed. We've recently had a little bit, they've loosened it a little bit. Our subscribers started going up again. Our views started going up again. But we don't appear, it's dependent on shares. Like, you have to share it. You've got to share the clips. You've got to share it. You have to. And even if you're slagging us off, like, look at these dickheads. Just the algorithm getting that thing that there's a link outside coming in, it will actually get noticed then. Yeah, we literally can't survive without you. Literally. Our channel nearly got crushed a few weeks ago. Once they changed it after Vox and all that.
It just died, didn't it? It died.
Completely died. Like, the subs were going down, views were down to 20 and shit like that. It was ridiculous. So yeah, we live or die based on your shares, because YouTube doesn't like what we're doing, and doesn't like the likes of us, which is ridiculous, because it's exactly what video sharing sites were fucking built on.
YouTube just doesn't like the fact that we fix things and we make a difference in the world, Graham. We just crack on and fix shit. YouTube doesn't like that. They want a broken world so that people watch vacuous, empty shows where people, it's like the whole of YouTube's turning into Love Island. I've never even, I've honestly never watched Love Island. Saw one trailer for it and thought, bring on the fucking meteor. And that's what YouTube's turning into. They're putting all their resources into shiny, weird, empty, sort of pretending to be teenage people.
Yeah.
And big production companies.
Well, have you seen that girl? I can't remember her name now. I think it might be another Jessica. I've seen it. It's been on my feed. She popped up out of nowhere. She's put 2 videos up and she's got 1.5 million subs. 1.5 million. And people are suspecting that she's an actor. She's one of this new generation that basically chosen by YouTube, because it's like, oh, it's a diary blog. This is me in my van, but she's in with him. That's what people. Because who the fuck gets 4 million hits on the first video ever?
Nobody.
It doesn't happen, man. You don't just do a van blog and get 4 million hits without somebody pushing the lever very hard in your benefit,
Why don't they do that for us, Graham?
Because we're not chosen. That's the thing. The
it's
agreement
not right,
with her. None of this
sexier.
is public. It's all speculation. Although there's a little bit of evidence to say so at the moment that she is an actress. But the thing is, it's like, no, you do YouTubey content, but you're never going to swear. You never, you're not going to do anything controversial. Everyone's saying she's signed things to say this, that, and the other, and then they can push them because they know that they're safe with her rather than PewDiePie.
Well, there's a guy
do a controversial video.
Yeah, there's a guy who followed me on Twitter, so I followed him back. He just focuses on YouTube drama. I didn't understand most of it, but that's what he did. He worked with Keemstar for a while. He fell out. I didn't even know who Keemstar was because I'm an old man.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Once
I
I
know who
once
saying.
I found out who he was, I wished I was a little bit older so I wouldn't have even bothered. What dreadful, dreadful people. Anyway,
We got a boogie man.
I've got to learn about this drama. But I remember years ago on YouTube when I had a troll account on there that did okay for a while. The Chin Biter one, the first one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There was some kind of big stink then because this girl who was all wholesome and did vlogs and did this and that. It turns out she was an actress. It was a part, and she was being paid, by YouTube were paying the production company or something, and it was just all bullshit.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah. Hey, Robert, thank you. Robert's just said he's going to drop us a shared. It doesn't matter if your feed is big or small. I mean, obviously, it's nice to get shared by people with lots of followers, but it doesn't matter big, small. It
Still takes the same effort.
Yeah, and honestly, the most important thing that happens is that it being linked out. Graham Booth being in the metadata and then at Graham Booth sharing it on his Twitter doesn't do shit. But it's other people. That's what that honestly it really really matters, phenomenally so.
And also,
Even if it gets one like, doesn't matter.
Whether you've got 5 followers or 5 million followers, it's still the same amount of effort you're putting into sharing it, and it's still appreciated.
Massively so, massively so. Phenomenal. Right, we're gonna have to boogie, yeah.
It's been an hour and 30, so I guess it's time.
Tasty. And I've not been disturbed this week, so I'm quite proud. She's growing.
Till next week.
She's got a bloody tablet. I took the time limit off it. That's all it is. I'm going to go in there in a minute. She's going to be like, Daddy, I'm fixing a cake. I've decorated it. Because she's got all those apps where you know what? Some of them are great, though. They're so educational. They are genuinely, wholesome as fuck.
Junior doesn't have a phone of his own, but I've taken away from him the one that he did have because he just keeps installing shit apps on it to fuck the phone up. Anyway, guys, it's time we went. We'll be back on Thursday with the big show. Graham will be back on Sunday with TW Sunday, and then we'll do this again next Tuesday. And who knows, maybe you'll start seeing a little bit of extras in between. This will be coming out as a podcast, so if you're listening via podcast, hope you enjoyed it. It's been a while. We're going to get back into that a little more, but you can watch it being recorded live every Tuesday on YouTube at 10:30 p.m. UK time. UK time is the proper time, okay? Keep that in mind. We're going to call
official Earth time.
We're changing the name from GMT to Freedom Time. But yeah, do come hang out with us Thursdays, Sundays, and Tuesdays. Right. And yes, go to triggerwarning.tv and sign up immediately. Until we speak to you again, thank you very much for spending your precious time with us. We appreciate it as always. Take care and, bye-bye.